We made it. We're about 5 minutes off. Sorry about that. But there we go. Would like you guys to let us know if we're lagging on your end. It doesn't look like it on this, but I'm kind of questioning our video card. So if you could let us know, we would appreciate it. It may not because you're on the same internet.
I'm pulling internet off.
Alrighty. But anywho, so welcome to our unlicensed, unprofessional, not to be trusted therapy. We're just gamers having fun, and we're going to encourage you to keep your gaming addiction. So, please don't blame us. We're just trying.
No, it's not lagging.
Nice.
So
okay.
They must have fixed it finally.
So I was beginning to doubt in my computer.
Yeah, that's all we need. Something else to go wrong.
No, well, yeah, don't say it like that. So, yeah, hopefully everybody's having a good Sunday. Our Sunday has been a little busy, so we will try to limit it to about an hour tonight.
Try, keyword.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll see how it goes. So, things take time.
Mythos is first this time.
Hello, Mythos. How are you doing, sir?
And there's Charles.
You think your family thinks you're beyond help? Probably, Charles, but that's okay. We're here to encourage your behavior, not to change it. So, if you're a little addicted and they don't understand, they'll just have to game with you.
Then they'll understand. Then you'll kind of claim another one.
Maybe. But Mythos, we're glad you stopped by early on there. It's just been ugh. So it's getting to be a fun life anymore. So I do want some feedback from you guys, though. Like, is it lagging on your end and whatnot? Good grief, Mythos, you're still on the road? So didn't you just get back from being on the road? Like,
from
doing a lot of traveling and stuff. Why is this all in the way? Yeah, we're glad you're in the stream with us. You're more like family, though, Mythos.
Nice and clear.
Sweet. Awesome. We had a little issue at like the last 2 times, and so talking to the cable company, I'm like, I can't have video streams where they're lagging. So I was thinking maybe it was my video card, but I think they finally got their stuff tweaked on the outside there.
Wow, only been home a week. Wow.
Only a week. Well, is it temporary, Mythos, or is this going to be an ongoing, keeping you on the road type of a job?
Well, Charles, you got more than us.
$5.
Hey, Johnny.
$5 in your wallet. You won't if you go online. I bet you can find a $5 used game somewhere, Charles.
But the thing is, if it's an actual $5 bill, then he can't use it online.
Hey, Johnny, how are you, sir?
Hey, Brian.
And Mini Wormut, what is up? The roof, the sky, the dad joke stuff. What's up with you there, Mini? Well, I shouldn't ask. He's putting out videos, like 40 of them a day.
Yeah, because he has no life.
Oh, now you're going to start smack talking him already? He's only been here a couple seconds.
Yeah, we have to.
You're doing all right? Well,
that's good.
That's good. I think everybody's doing all right,
Hey, Walkabout.
Hello, Walkabout. How's it going, eh? Whoa.
Oh, please don't get him started on that.
Oh,
it'll be a week until he stops.
I started doing that to her, ending things with A. And finally she goes, knock it off. And for some reason, I did it. It went on for quite a while.
Your first OPR?
Yeah, 1-page rules.
Oh, the 1-page rules.
So
okay.
You're finishing up your 1-page rules there.
Nice.
Cool.
What'd you do it with? What characters?
Well, he's finishing up the game. Then he'll upload it.
Well, I want a sneak peek. Duh.
Okay. Oh. You're hooked on yeah.
Are they that easy to follow?
It appears to be. So you're going to be on the road more and more than Mythos. And if you're doing really good with special assignments, then you know what they do when they find people who do a good job at their job? They give them more work to do. At Charles Ashley, that's what you were laughing about. Chair situation?
Well, I ended up having to miss 2 days of work last week, or last pay period, so my check was a little short to be able to get a new chair.
So we just got her in an $8 big box chair, from the Big Blue store. And actually, McMurray posted that she won the Gravity Check Award.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. You don't actually talk like that in Canada.
Western Canada.
But I watched The Great many years ago, and that's how they talked, eh? So, yeah.
It's okay.
What?
It's okay.
Oh, Grimdark Firefight, Orc Marauders versus Battle Brothers. Nice.
I'm going to boot him.
She gets out of for the doggy. Oh, that's pretty good. The rewards for work well done is more work. Yes, Mythos. What?
I just joined.
That is correct. Well, goodness. Hello, Nagawa. How are you, sir? I'm glad you stopped by to say hi. Yeah, Gravity Award. Yep. She got the Gravity Award. Czech Gravity Award is what.
Yeah, Walkabout, stop encouraging them.
So Walkabout, I guess you like the one-page rules too. We just haven't had a chance to use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. We're not legends, but you guys are. Oh, you're going to mute us for a little bit? Okay, Mini Wormwood. That's all right. It's good. My mom didn't listen to me.
So let's
either.
just talk a whole bunch of crap about it.
Yeah,
he's muted.
So if you mute us, you know what's going to happen is you're going to be sitting there trying to play your games, and you're going to stop and go,
what is she saying?
What the hell is Ashley saying? I see her mouth moving. Is it about me? And then you're just...
But you never know.
You can mute us. That's cool.
You know he'll play it back just until.
Yeah. So Nagawa, I guess you're from... I catch bits and pieces of your live stream and stuff too. I appreciate seeing the pigeon in there. That's pretty cool. Now it looks like other people are noticing that you got your pigeon there too. Walkabout likes... Oh, you've been playing it for a while now. So we haven't had a chance to try it yet. Mini Wormut said to check it out. And I had heard about it, but we got so many games and so many rule systems that you know how it starts to be... It's like going to a big family reunion. You go like, I know this is my family, but who's that? Who's that? Who's that? You know?
Give him a treat before bed.
Nice.
Now it's a espresso bean, right? A chocolate covered espresso bean. That's all he eats.
That way the pigeon is on warp speed.
He's jacked up.
You just see him flying, and then he pulls a little lever, and that's it.
Nitro.
Gone. Fast and Furious pigeon, yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be hysterical.
That would be too. If you were one of the soldiers and you're like, I'm going to get that carrier pit. Wow.
Where'd it go?
Where'd it go? Yeah. I could see that. And Nagawa, today before you go to bed, I gotta send you a link somehow to I watched a little fan fiction thing of Aliens. Remember the movie Aliens, you guys? I know you guys all know that. So this was a fan-made one, and they combined it, no joke, back in World War I in the trenches, and these guys unearthed the actual aliens. And they're fighting with old,
really good for a fan fiction.
Yeah, old Vicker machine guns and stuff. And I thought, damn, this is interesting. It wasn't very long, but I thought, I gotta watch this.
The version I watched is like 28 minutes. All right, Walkabout. The pigeon is now a weekly thing, bringing the bingo number.
For us. Nice!
Sweet.
The pigeon brings you the bingo number. Cool. That's why I was telling you when we were at the museum, where he's gonna like that. So, and the pin was cool too. They had a lot of cool things to purchase. Actually, they had a lot of books. You would probably be interested in. And so Nagawa, when you watch this, remember, it's not.
Don't pick it apart.
But it's really good, pretty acting, and it's pretty good. it builds suspense. At first, you're like, when I see this come up, and I was going through just checking YouTube today, trying to get caught up with everybody's stuff, and that kind of pops up, and I'm like, World War I and aliens, and from the movie Aliens. So I thought, wow. But some of the comments they got were like, this is, why are we giving money to people in Hollywood to make movies? It was really damn good. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a member of the museum. That's what we were considering doing too. Wait, Ashley, didn't they notify us that
the trench is open? Yeah, I got notified.
So they have a new trench they were building when we were there. A big giant diorama, because when you're in the museum, you're on the second story looking down, and there was a trench down there, or a muddy kind of battlefield.
But
and
you can, I guess soldiers. You can walk through this and climb up on what looks like sandbags and look out holes, and there's going to be like a diorama behind it. It's supposed to be really, really cool.
It would be cool. We're going to have to go back and see. You want the link to Mythos?
All
okay.
Right. I'm looking it up right now to get it sent over.
It's I don't know. It was satisfying to watch. Generally, I don't watch much of anything other than your guys' shows. I don't really have time. But I was like, okay, aliens. I mean, we like Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Corps. So it was very well done, and especially for a fan-made movie. That's right there, I think.
Come on.
Yep. You're like, huh? Just give it a couple seconds to get going. There you go.
Do it this way first.
You can go to Messenger and share it, yeah. Sounds like triplanes and tripods. So I like that game, Johnny. Clint has it, and we played it, and first thing you think of is, War of the Worlds. That would be cool, Nagawa. We could meet there when you go the March for Victory, or both. I mean, March to Victory is right there, so it's not like you're really out of the way. But the museum itself, and it's our fault. We just had a lot of family stuff and a lot of crazy stuff at work. Like Mythos, first you get used to, okay, you're busy, and then it's like everything's been, and I'm talking to other people, same thing. It's like, what happened to the day? So, Nagawa, what we want to do, War One Museum, because they were, not only are they redoing a trench thing, they were also building like it'd be a building that's all busted up from what the guy that was there telling us, and inside that, like shattered ruins in a city, they're doing triage. So it's more like a little bit of a impromptu hospital they built in a busted out, bombed out building. It's supposed to be really good, and we just, like I said, we haven't had the time to edit all these photos. The only thing I can do is do it in a slideshow presentation, and hopefully you guys will like that. But it's just, I want to do it justice. So when I get 20 minutes at the end of the day, mentally you're just like, do I want to start something I can't finish? And so yeah. But that would be cool to meet you in person there. We gotta do that with Mythos there, and Brian too, and all you guys one day. Walkabout's a little bit further, but we could go see Axe Annex, David, and then go check out.
They're not gonna let us across the border.
Or we get there and the border guards are, wait a minute, we were warned about you guys from that show.
Yeah, we would never get to cross the border.
We can't let you in the restaurants. Are worried that your wife is gonna fall out of the chair, so we wouldn't be able to eat. Oh, are you shaking your head? I'm sorry. So.
All right, Chris, I sent it. Should be in your email under the Gamers with Coffee one.
And then Mythos.
Mythos got it through Facebook.
There you go. So you both got it. Hey, same to you, sir. Nagawa, it's on its way. Check your email. I'm glad you got a chance to stop by.
Yeah.
Walkabout, you'd be like, who's at the door? They smell like plastic and they look slightly off. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I recognize them. The Canadian Post Office has pictures of them.
Yeah, that I believe.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, I think it's like 28 minutes or 29 minutes. You got to watch it all the way to the end.
Just
past the credits, you got to keep going. There's like a 30-second kind of small part of it at the very end of it.
So just watch it once the little credits are done. There's something after it.
Yeah.
So if you quit,
a sneak preview.
Nah, it's but it's, I don't know, man.
It's an interesting take on Aliens. If you watch the original, hey Jeffy,
it was really cool.
It's a really interesting. Enjoyed it. Greg sent this in like our family chat. He's like, Ashley, don't watch it. You're at work. My work was dead all day. Me and my coworker watched it.
Yeah. So you got paid to watch clips on YouTube?
Yeah.
There you go. Her work just doesn't know. What is up, Jeff? You're feeling better, man. Hope you're not hurting. I did see your video that you posted earlier on that new game, but
I was gonna say you better finish something because that doesn't sound too good. He's hurting and you saw his new video.
What are you taking many warm-ups plays?
That's you.
No. So, yeah, that game you were playing, my fault. I watched a bunch of videos today, but it sounded like I had quite a bit of in-depth rules, so I posted a comment there that looks cool, but I would have to get more of the hex and counter stuff done to get to your level. I think that game looks nice, but I couldn't tackle that at this point. My brain probably couldn't wrap around it. Yeah, Jaws of Victory. Yes. Which looks really cool, you guys, and Jeff's got some really good hex and counter stuff up there.
I found a sequel.
There's not a sequel to that, is there?
It said Alien sequel.
Oh, it's a fan film. Yeah.
Ooh. I'll have to watch that one.
And I think Wardrobe's doing
June 11th, D-Day.
He's doing a premiere on Commonwealth Beaches, D-Day. That'll be interesting too. So some of these games I'd like to have a separate room where I could just leave it alone and myself just go through it. Keegan still wants to do some more of that. It's just a matter of
I'm not playing with cardboard.
You already have. It's okay. You're just blocking it from your mind.
Okay, then I can take over your Space Marines. If you want to play with cardboard, I'll play with the actual plastic.
No, I didn't say that. I'm sticking with all my stuff. I like some of that. It's a little bit different way to think when you play. But I don't know all these rule sets that Jeff and Wardrobe, Todd talk about a lot of different things. And McMurray, they were like, well, this rule book. And I'm just sitting here going, well, I have no clue what you're talking about. That rule book.
Oh, is that what the game is?
Yeah, but it looks in depth. The supply thing looks interesting on that game. Yep, I'm keeping my Space Marines, That's another thing, Mythos. We haven't even had a chance to throw down a Warhammer game.
No, we've been trying to knock this out and make sure it's played correctly. So it's like we record it, then we go back and make sure we played it right. So it's taking us a little bit longer than what we were hoping for. We want to make sure it's down to a T, and that way you guys
close
understand
enough.
It.
Well, we need to understand it.
Yeah, that too.
Otherwise, yeah. But yeah. So that's been interesting, but most definitely Mythos watch that little clip when you're bored at night or something. But it sounds like you're worked to death and then you just pass out. So try to take it easy. Oh, you got your first game with Custodes. That's a faction I wouldn't mind getting once I listen.
Don't you have them? There's the little green guys, right?
No.
Like the little soldiers.
No, that's Cadians.
Oh, Cadians. Okay, that's my fault.
Not Custodes. Yeah. Custodes, that sounds like custodian or janitor. They're mostly
so they're mates.
No, they're the emperor. They're like up there with.
Oh, they're higher up.
Yeah, they're higher up, right? Their hierarchy is up further than everybody else, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right, Mythos? But they're mostly gold. Almost all the ones I've seen people paint are mostly gold.
So I got a question for you guys. We run out of things to say, so what do you guys think of us doing? Picking a on whatever game that is, if it's
like an idea for the show.
Yeah, for an idea for the show. So Wings of Glory, Wings of Glory or Sails of Glory, those are all set back, early time, Wings is World War I. And then Sails of Glory is what, 1800? 1700? Doing basically research on that.
Oh, hey, D, how are you? I haven't seen you. Now you have the Grey Knights and you're selling the rest? Okay, that's cool. This is also World War II. So, oops, there we go. We're glad you stopped by there, D. Yeah, Johnny, there's so many things that we are trying to accomplish that I don't know, man. It just like I've said the last couple times, it just feels like it's getting ridiculous. Every time I try to plan something out, something else comes up, and it gets annoying after a while. You're like, I just want to sit down and game. I got to always do all this work and all this other stuff. I just want to game. And the Grey Knights are a pretty good faction from what I hear. Also, there, Mythos.
It's still a space marine.
Yes. You have different factions, and so
No, it's nothing bad. It's the same. It's still a space marine, right?
It's a branch, yeah.
Or it's a branch of them. Because the one book where the kids wanted, there's like a bunch of them where you have different factions within a faction.
Yeah, there's tons of them. Plus, you can make your own if you read the rule book. The one we're reading says you can make your own.
Yeah, build your own kind of however you want. Oh, so I can take a couple of your guys from up there and put them in with being controlled. Like, look, never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. Okay. See, Mythos. That's what I thought they were. I thought they were directly related to the Emperor, and the rest were from Primarchs. So.
Okay, so they're just a higher form.
Their loyalty to the Emperors
is way above everyone else. Okay.
Yep. I would say loyalty-wise, right? They're all loyal, but I think it's Custodes. I'd say Sisters of Battle would probably be underneath them as far as pushing kind of thing, and I think that's kind of it there. Well, hello, Nerds Nerd. How are you? Hex says minis don't take long to play, correct? Depends.
It depends on the game.
Depends on the game. It can take a while. Some of them can take a while. That's what we're trying to do is do a couple games a week and do that. Like the problem is work and other things always coming up, and it seems like no matter how we try to structure it, we can't do it. Plus, we like to try to watch people's shows, even we'll listen, even if we can't talk. Like Ashley at work, or if I'm at work, sometimes I really can't because there's too much going on. But in the evening, when I'm off work, if I've got things to do, sometimes I just listen, and I don't even necessarily able to respond, but I try. It's over and done with before I know what's happening. But we're glad you stopped by, Nerds Nerd. How have you been? Do you have anything you're working on lately? And but but Jeff, that's kind of what been the game plan. And just see, we used to be able to go to the coffee shop. We used to be able to game. We kind of backed off on that because we appreciate the those of you that would come by. But I think it wasn't pulling very much, maybe because of the time frame or whatnot. Yeah, that's the thing right there, Mythos. You know how when you're just running, and you stop and you're like, I've got so much to do, I don't know where to start, and you just go blah, like in your mind, you're just like, I really don't know where to start. Ooh, painting up some mechs for BattleTech. I'm just waiting.
I said that should
nerds,
be
nerds for
shipped
us
out
to be
soon.
to get the stuff shipped out. Yeah, I don't think my notification's here yet. They notified me that they charged me, of course.
Give me a second, I'll look.
But I think I don't see in the mail where anything.
Yes.
That's Modifia because we're on their email stuff. So if you're looking for the battle there for that. Yes, Johnny, they're supposed to start shipping this month. And decluttering, yep. And that's a good thing is kind of condense it to what you can. Well, hello, Mr. Ledford. Good grief. I have not been able to see you for a while. I hope you're doing okay, man. You're busy. Yes, Mythos, that makes sense. Because your mind is like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna go in there and you lay down. In my case, it's like, wait a minute, I don't got time to lay down. You just finished your House of Merrick forces and you're working on your. Did I pronounce it correctly, Curita? I don't know all the forces. I'm just waiting to get my stuff in the mail, sir, so I can whip out and use my Alpha Strike box I got. And I ordered the extra terrain. I think it was $25 or whatever. Extra trees, rivers, and buildings and all that. Good, Ledford. You got a day off? That's cool. You need to have some time off. You cannot work when the companies want you to, but Curietta and Merrick. Yeah. So I got Merrick right. I wasn't sure how to pronounce the other Curietta. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that. Then I won't sound so when I try to play the games, huh? But what are you doing now?
I went to the Kickstarter thing to look at updates.
It says shipping update. What does it say?
Basically, you can edit your shipment if you're using PayPal.
They're getting ready to do it. That's
why. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, so it's the last little update here, Johnny. It's just there.
So basically, all payments must be in by May 13th. Is the last thing I saw. Yeah, we already got ours.
They already took mine.
Yeah, May 13th was the last of them.
You've been doing the Alpha Strike on Thursdays. I've seen a little bit of them. Now the Heroscape train, that's interesting. That's some interesting terrain. You like it better? It looks pretty cool, really. Pretty interesting that they came up with that. It brings more life, I think. It kind of makes it stand out more. There's some guy, and man, I don't remember his name, but every once in a while, you'll see him on TikTok, and that's what he does. I don't know how he has the time to do it, but my God, the guy will live stream BattleTech hours, and he's got a 3-dimensional table that he's built. It's pretty impressive, and he'll game for, like I said, hours on end. You can check back hours later, and he's still on. So I don't know. I don't get that kind of time, but but it's kind of cool. So, anyways, we're waiting for that. That was bought and paid for a year ago, so just gotta wait and see. Long time. So there you go. That would be interesting. Now you know what, Jeff? I got a question for you. How do you think elevation markers or hexes on your hex encounter games? Do any of them have those? It just dawned on me. I don't know enough about hex encounters and all the companies that manufacture them and all the games made. But I was just curious if they have step up training, like if you could put a marker on a hex that's elevation, like in BattleTech, if it's going up, these things you can do. That would make it easier, I think, visually when you go, okay, that's a mountain and it's built up. So that would be interesting. Of course, they'd have to make it the same size as the chits, but I don't know. Oh, cool. Okay, so people can create their own, because you know what I mean. Like you got the maps, and it says it's this kind of terrain. Here's your road. Here's your whatever. It would just be kind of cool on the elevation to have little chits that you can put down to show it. See, that would make it really more interesting too. I still have to get used to reading all the numbers and what's what on each piece. What are you looking at now?
Trying to see if I can find an actual date of when it's going to be released.
Shipping. They'll send a notification that the shipping has started. At least I think they will, Johnny, right? Okay, so Jeff, so they have overlays for it. All right, that would work also. That would be cool. Like I said, I'm not familiar enough with all of them. I just thought, why not? You know, some of these others have, you know, things like the Zvezda. The map is a hex. They're all hexes, so it's got its elevation markers and terrain on it. You know, so those are cool too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Johnny. That they should send out notice, hey, shipping has started, or because you know it's going to be an onslaught of people putting up videos, unboxing, and all that as soon as things come in. So lots going to depend on. I hope I get mine when it's not 3 weeks after the thing.
All right. So as of Tuesday, they will start shipping 7 to 10 days from Tuesday. So the middle of the month. Yeah. Probably right around Father's Day is when they'll start shipping.
So did you hear that, Johnny? The last update there
was 6 hours ago.
6 hours ago is they'll start shipping in 7 to 10 days. So the 9th to the 10th.
Yep.
Somewhere around there, they'll start sending them out. Yeah, try to get caught up now before you get more. That'll work.
Oh, I haven't even started painting the one box we have. I still have to finish a Space Marine that's up here that I printed.
That's the Apothecary.
Yeah,
He's been sitting there a long time.
Because I want to get a different white. Whatever that white was that McMurray used, I want to get. Because that was like white and it covered.
Didn't he tell you what it was? I don't remember.
I think it's in my it's an army painter.
Okay, so to be fair, in your Amazon cart of things you wish you could buy is like $10,000 worth of shit.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Like a whole page.
That's yours.
Oh.
Now don't look at my save cart because then yeah, probably. Just by the Resident Evil stuff alone.
You'd have to look it up and see what the white was. I mean, I'm not saying right now, but you'd have to, because I don't think you got it. Wasn't it the one? Oh my God, can't remember the name, but it was one coat type of.
Yeah, phonetic paint.
Yeah, phonetics. I think
war paint, Army War Paint white acrylic.
So you're gonna try and get that and paint it over.
Paint over that, and it should basically it's a little bit more liquidy, and it should fill in What this?
Yeah, what's wrong with it? I mean, did it just not?
It didn't cover.
Oh yeah, it didn't coat over.
It didn't cover good enough.
You'd have to do like she's trying to do this apothecary, but it's.
Well, I'm going off of what your book looks like. It's in your
Yeah, you're going
card.
right on, but yeah,
So
that doesn't look good.
No,
it's got to be done differently. All that.
I think
gray.
I might go and say I believe we have a white up there. I might just go and spray.
Prime it all white.
Yep, just prime it all white and then restart. I think that's going to be the best way of getting.
Yeah, I'm calling out your Amazon list. We all have a list somewhere of saved items, saved for later. When you're like, yeah, and it's like ordering parts. Okay, this would be cool. This is $200. Look, I can afford this one for $7.99. So, kind of like that. Some of the stuff we don't have at our local hobby store, but like I said all along, if it's within $5 or something, I'll buy it at the hobby store, even if it's a little more. But if it comes to I've run across many times, then I'm going to order it online. Use gray sear and go up from there. She's trying to paint that apothecary right out of the book, so to match the colors. But that white, what white did you use on it?
The Citadel white. I don't remember which one it is. I don't even know where I put it right now. Probably in the box.
So Mita said you could use the gray. Try it, or you could reprime it. It can't hurt it. What the heck are those shells?
Don't worry about it.
That's cool. So yeah, she's got a pretty good list. So, and it just seems to keep building. That's why I said if it wouldn't count be 0, but then the next day I think there'd be this beep 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 as a semi backs up. Hey, Telemachus, how are you? I have today, sir. None. Don't have any money to spend. Oh wow! So Mito said,
"You don't want to know how much I have in my save stuff."
No, that's okay. We don't have that kind of time. So, like I said, Mito said, which I believe that we have, and you can go from there. Because the gray sear is an off-white, and then you can want, yeah. All right, Ledford, Mr. Reader, amazing. You write that name down, and we'll check that out. Or do you have a pen over there? Yep. There. So give me a second there, Ledford. I will make a note, and I'll check him out, see what's what. He does a lot of really cool painting. And I've seen some videos of people that they do such work. It's like, how do you even do that?
Corax White is the one I used.
Corax.
I think that's how you pronounce that. Corax. Corax. Now what?
It's just in a little. I thought I had that in.
We have this, but that's not the right gray. That's the only gray we have.
Oh, that's Elfin gray. That's a different one.
Yeah, that's the only gray we have.
Oh, I thought I had some. All right. So I will check that out, Ledford. I'll check him out. Take a look at his painting and stuff. There are some people with some amazing.
Unless talent. It's over on your desk. Oh, it might be right there on your desk.
Yeah, right here. Gray sear. I thought I had some. We have some.
Yeah, but that sounds.
You just want to be able to buy another bottle of paint.
And?
At least.
I haven't gotten any new miniatures like you did.
New miniatures. The new miniatures had a little scare last week when you tested your chair out.
I was talking about those stupid snipers.
They're not stupid. I don't talk that way about my stuff. She don't like the fact that I got the eliminators. So, but
Thing is,
okay.
they gotta hit something though.
They will.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Each one of them I equipped with an oversized can of Raid bug killer.
Okay.
So they'll be out there and they got masks, so they should be good.
Okay.
They can spray them. What do you think, Mythos? So that might work. Instead of a flamethrower, just spray the whole field with bug repellent, bug spray. So what are you up to, Telemachus? Are you just hanging out in your bunker out there, painting away? No, what are you doing, Ash?
Oh, my thing had an update, so I'm just pulling it back up, making sure all my tabs are on there.
Yeah, I don't know. It gets to be a little crazy sometimes, you guys, but we're trying something new with this game. But the Clash of Steel we're doing, we're about halfway through it, video wise. When you put it up, we put it up. I just want your guys' opinion on, did you like the way we did it this time? Because we're just going to try and do something a little different than before. Your friend wanted a Sea People army and a Trojan army. Cool. That would be a project if you printed both sides of an army. Nice. So your friend got a pretty good imagination if he's gonna have them fight. That'll work.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. You gotta have fun, man. Like the one-page rules
I just turned that so bad.
What? I don't even know how
Sea People, Trojan.
Possibly.
Brian's not in here, so
He plays to the strongest rules. So he doesn't really have a favorite rule set. I notice people tend to gravitate towards, a couple that they really like. The one-page rules, Mini Worma loves them. So we're gonna have to try to sit there and do a fight with that too. But we're gonna finish what we started here, which is taking us most of the week to even try.
Well, when you have to work until 7, 8 o'clock, and I got to be in bed shortly after that because I got to be up early, it's kind of hard to do it.
TTS is the rule set. I'm not familiar with all the rule sets, so I don't, if it's a good rule, that's cool. There's so many sets of rules out there, and like I said, I've played enough games in my life. Sometimes it's just really hard to keep things in order. So like what Dee was saying, where she's condensing stuff, that's what we've been trying to do for a while, which it does work somewhat, but then you get to a point where like, I really don't want to get rid of this even if I don't play with it. But
yeah, get rid of Gilligan or whatever.
That's not Gilligan, it's Gilliman.
Gilligan.
Whoa. I went into battle with Gilligan and the skipper.
Hey, you never know. Ooh, that's something I can look up, see if I can't find a print.
What?
Gilligan and all the
the cast of
Gilligan.
It was just a 3-hour cruise. It could be a 3-hour game.
Oh God.
Zombicide, Ledford. No. I've been talking to Mini Warmup though on the side about doing another game. So
the last game, well, not we because he played something else, was up at March to Victory.
Well, you ran Zombicide and I played with Reese. Yeah. From Empire 54. Yeah. So, but he had a Vietnam era game with 54 millimeter. But Zombicide is a hell of a game.
I knew Johnny was gonna say something.
We should get together with you too. We all have the technology to do this. You know what I mean? We can play Zombicide over the thing.
Yeah.
So it should be good to go. So if you want, we can do something like that too. Ledford, you could join in. Well, we just have to get Ledford a day off or some time off so he can join in.
Yeah, that's my problem. I'm working until my next day off is next Thursday. So it's going to be a very long 2 weeks.
Oh, really? Next Saturday at 1? All right. I'll see if I can tune in then, sir. And
1 p.m. what? Central?
Yeah, what time zone is that?
Oh, I think you do just fine.
You prefer to watch, but you're not good at tactical game. Well, mostly with Zombicide, it's run and scream and
Eastern.
Just get out of the way. Eastern time.
They're what, 2 hours ahead of us right now?
So
Leinster, what time is it there then?
Well, that's fine then.
I think they're 2 hours more than Central.
We can go ahead and
so that's the case, then I can jump on, or I can jump in, but I'll be still at work if it's 18. So yeah, it's 6. So they're an hour
ahead.
Yeah.
Well, so then actually, Ashley would just be getting off work when you start the game, so we could probably both join in. Thanks, Mythos, an hour ahead. Mythos would know he flies everywhere.
Yeah.
He's all over the place. I think it's like coming to you live from there you go, Mythos. You could do little live mini podcasts from your hotel rooms. As you travel the country doing work.
You gonna come over this way anytime soon, Mythos?
Yeah. If you get sent to Iowa, let us know. We'll track you down. There's all sorts of stuff that happens in this state. I don't think the rest of the world even knows about. But you should have fun out here. At least we try to. Try to have some fun.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
We're not in the middle of nowhere, though.
We do have a Walmart, so.
We have more than a Walmart. We have a Best Buy. You got Taco Bell. You got all your restaurants, Olive Garden. You got whatever you want, literally. There's no difference. It's just there's less traffic.
Yeah, that is true.
And things like that. It's a Monty Python version. Okay. Now that I can see you doing. That would fit your style. Zombicide's a good game, though. It's a fun game.
It is. It's really fun. But I've always been into the zombie kind of themes. Resident Evil, when Call of Duty first came out with them.
No, we already went through this. When Call of Duty first came out, the very simple little zombie game you thought was dumb until I got you to play with me the one time, and then you got obsessed, and then it went from there.
Yeah, and I can kick your ass now.
Yeah, but when you were professionally unemployed and playing 50 hours a week, then yeah, there's a difference.
50 hours a week? What are you talking about? That's only 2 days.
2 days.
I will admit, I spent 15 to 18 hours a day.
She got hooked on zombies for a little bit. Yeah.
Call of Duty. Not just that. I mean, I ranked both 1 and 2 in the high. What did he say? See, 1 was 3 in the world in Search and Destroy, and the other was, I think, 7 or 8 in the world in Search and Destroy. So I played quite a bit.
You were better at Dino Crisis than Resident Evil, Ledford? I actually knew where almost everything. Well,
Resident Evil to me is more of a puzzle game. At least the original was.
Yeah, I remember when it came out on the PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what I mean, I really didn't like Resident Evil 5. It was okay, and I don't like the remakes they've already made of a couple of them. I just don't. I refuse to play 7, and I haven't played 8 because I don't have an Xbox right now.
Yeah, that thing's still down.
Yeah.
I can't get it. Not able to get it to work, and really don't have.
But I've been hearing
money to plunk down on
8's kind of real crappy ending. So, but I've played 1 through 6. I tried 7. It's just not zombies. They tried taking it a completely different way.
So, Johnny, you said you're doing an extra life again. It's tough on you as each donation has caused chaos in the games. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean? Each donation has caused so much chaos in the games. If you could explain that a little better, that would be cool. I don't quite follow you on that. Maybe it's something I should know, but I don't recognize it. Well, as long as you have fun at the game, though, and we'll try to tune in.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to. I'll get at least maybe just let it play while I'm driving home.
Yeah, try not to be watching videos and drive.
I have to get caught to do that and get in trouble for that one.
No, it's...
No, do not watch videos and drive.
Yeah, it is too bad Mythos didn't have a site out here. Nice, Mythos. You enjoyed the Horde mode and Resident Evil 5. You played as Chris. Your wife is Shiva. Yeah, I played as Shiva a couple times. We just load up on Mountain Dew Code Red and see how far you can make it for hours.
Mercenaries was okay, but the gameplay just was not... It's zombies, but it's not zombies.
What do you mean?
In Resident Evil 5 is Ouroboros, which is a worm.
Yes.
Where all the other ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, Revelation, it's all the T virus.
Well.
So those are actually where it takes dead bodies and brings them back to life. Where Ouroboros attacked basically the nervous system and basically made you evil, basically. You could still die. You were human.
All right, so Johnny said every donation we get for charity adds an effect to the game, like spawning more zombies.
Oh!
Cool. So it's a charity game then, too. That's cool. They're not zombies, Ashley. They're infected cultists.
What I basically just said. Oh, I did say 4, didn't I? I didn't mean 4.
Yeah, I think it's pretty far-fetched that, there's no such thing as corporations messing around with viruses to affect people to see how it changes.
There is an umbrella company. They are
that's right. There
set
is.
out in Japan.
Actually, I was being sarcastic. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, I said that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of weird that there actually is an umbrella corporation. That's interesting.
It's just a matter of time. All the normal people who never set foot in a game or played any kind of games whatsoever will be screwed. All the real gamers will already be extremely well off. Extra Life is a charity.
Well, that sounds pretty cool then, Johnny. I mean, and
oh, so what? Everything that gets donated, a bigger game, a 24-hour one, will be played, and everything that's been added up goes to that. Is that what you basically mean?
That's what it sounds like.
That's gonna be insane.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean,
yeah,
I support what you're doing. I'm not.
Oh, that's an interesting concept.
You're never gonna see us we're gonna do a 24-hour stream. There's no way.
No,
I'd be able to sit down for that long. And
I think the longest I've sat trying to paint is like 10 hours. and I was hurting too bad.
Well, those 24-hour streams, by the time you're done, you're exhausted. Your body's, having to
After
fight
20
itself.
hours, you start getting to that trying to stay awake point.
But that would be cool if you could do a 24-hour stream. We'll try to support you on that too.
Yeah, most definitely. What's the charity for? Or what charity is it going for?
This is the Extra Life charity. But what exactly is? You want to know what it's about, the charity. Is that what you're asking? I don't know. You'd break it up into 12 hours because last year was rough. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame you. Like I said, I'm not against people doing it. I just personally wouldn't put on a 24-hour stream.
Oh, yeah. Johnny, are you part of Gamers with Coffee? I know you are on here, but are you up in our Facebook group?
Yeah, feel free to post it on the group, and I'll post it on the page too.
Oh, Children's Hospitals? Okay.
That's awesome.
That's an excellent idea.
That's cool. Yes, 3 years. Yeah, I know you're there, Ledford. You've been around quite a while. We kind of miss talking to you because you kind of come in and go out, and I know it's for work. I get that. But that's cool. If you can ever want to get on here, Ledford, you're welcome to do so. Johnny's welcome to do so. Any of you guys are. We just put the link in there. Chat, or you could set up a thing to do too if you want. We're pretty much open to whatever. That's cool though. If it goes down,
what would it be under? Oh, seeing if Linkster's in there.
Yeah, he's in there. He said, I think he is.
There it is. Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah.
Yep, he's in there.
Oh, did you? You just put a link over there so we can see it and understand how it works better. Okay, very cool.
Sweet.
We will check that out. Yeah, feel free to let the others know. You guys are going to do that and what the charity is for, and explain it. That'll work pretty good.
And yeah, we'll jump in if we can.
Well, how you feeling over there?
Why?
Chair steady? Everything good? Just checking.
Wait till we get off live.
I know. She made me rewatch that little clip I made, and I wasn't trying to laugh. It was just too funny. But
he's like, I didn't laugh because as soon as we got off, I yelled at him for laughing. Yeah, I didn't laugh, so I found it and showed him, and then I
didn't realize I laughed first to that. I asked if you were okay, but it was just
damn it, Johnny.
It was just it was hilarious. Oh, all right, man. Have fun with your D&D game.
Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good evening, man. Have fun with it. But yeah, it was funny. I had to post it just to share, and and people asked if you were okay.
One person did. Legion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, British Legion did.
That's the only person. Everyone else was laughing.
Well, you were laughing because when you're sitting there, all of a sudden you hear this crack, and there's
what else are you supposed to do?
And the thing just goes down. That's all.
I know I was, because how else am I supposed to take it other than cussing up a storm?
So now we got. Wait a minute. If anybody.
And I laughed at myself. That's okay.
Mythos, you guys, bear with me. It just hit me. If I was to get someone like say Keegan, to donate a chair to Ashley, would that be charity? I'm sorry. It was, but charity. Okay. We'll get you a chair at some point.
Yeah, that I'm gonna pay for.
Well, you shouldn't have broke the one you had then, damn it. Right? All right. Suddenly I feel cold. Yeah. So we'll
sleep with one eye open.
So at some point we'll get her.
Yeah,
we'll
I'll get a chair.
But
I found some that have the masseuse balls in them that turn on.
You showed me one that has. Oh, look! You can lean back and put your feet up. Why? When am I going to be sitting at the desk, leaning back, putting my feet up? And I'm too afraid to lean back.
Yeah, that'd be scary. I don't know if I would want that.
I don't know. Can you do that anymore psychologically? You're going to go lean back? Oh, nope. You can't do it.
Probably not.
So. And it was funny because we just got rid of the old chairs we'd had for years. We gave those to the kids because we got the other two free. They're like nice little office leathery chairs. And then you broke it. But yeah. It was a little funny. And I know there are people that replayed it.
Yeah, Charles.
Charles.
He even admitted to it.
Yeah, Charles. But Charles is good people too. So,
yeah.
You know, you gotta have a little fun in life. I don't know.
No, nothing got broken. No bones. No games. I'm surprised I didn't pop my head going down.
I was scared because all the tanks we had for that, both starter sets were in one box. And that's a lot of tanks. I know you built most of them.
No, you were just mad because it was your Germans.
Well, I didn't want them broken. I wasn't mad. I was just like, whoa. Get Ashley a new chair. Charles is innocent, he says.
Liar, Charles.
Drop my
what is
our coffee link? I haven't. I guess it's my fault I never mentioned it.
Huh? All they have to do is scan the QR code, babe. That takes them right to.
No,
no. Buy me a coffee.
Yeah, you know. Hold on a second here. I have to go back.
I think we changed it over to the shop.
No, just quiet there, Ashley. Nope, you're good. Hold on. I know what he's talking about. So I'm off the page there. Hold on. I think it's here. I think it's here. There we go. Charles is just snickering.
What did a nerd say? German tanks breaking in is 100% what?
More accurate. Well, it was the whole box of nerd because we saved and got both starter sets at the same time. So she had built most of them. And
he was at work, so I just did them.
Yeah, so she built most. So I only built what, 4? 8 or something.
2.
No, it's more than 2.
Because of all the intricate pieces.
I was more than 2, but
was it? Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, they were all in the box sitting under the table over here. So when the chair went back, if you go watch the clip again and again, because it is funny, when she fell, I heard that box get hit, and that's why Annex asked the tanks, because we were just talking about all that too not too long ago. And Ash says, "Oh, really?" But if you fell back with your elbow,
watch it again and again. It's funny every time, huh?
It is. You didn't get hurt.
Luckily.
And I love you, so I'm just saying it in fun. You didn't get hurt, and it was hysterical. Like you could never plan something like that. It was just,
It was funny if you watched the beginning of it. I was leaning back the whole time. and then I ended up sliding. I moved that leg that was busted. So finally, I just put enough pressure on it, snapped it.
Now, Nerds Nerd, I'd have to say Germans had pretty good equipment.
That's why they still lost.
No, they lost because they were A, dumb and went too far, and B, their supplies got cut. But they didn't lose because of their equipment. I wouldn't have wanted to be in a Sherman, I will tell you that.
No, hell no.
Those
some of them, any of the light tanks I would not want to be in. Doesn't matter what faction it is. Like those Hellcats? Nope.
But the Hellcats came in late in the war, almost towards the end. And the only reason they actually did really good against the German Panzers, just a little bit of history, because they were so quick. They were like 50 to 60 mile an hour tanks. They could get up and around behind them.
Oh, really?
Did they? Boy, they had the nickname Ronin because they went up like a lighter every time they got hit.
If they could get hit, that's why they traveled in. Well, it
was 5-1. Generally, that would take 5 of them to take on like a Tiger or something.
Yeah, but at least probably half of them would die.
Because I think when we looked at the Shermans, the highest kill-death ratio was the Hellcats, was 2-1 basically.
Yeah, they had the highest kill-death.
Oh, really? I've seen that slogan an awful lot. I've seen some documentaries though where they were not. They were just very thin armored. Yeah, it was all wars to me. Telemachus like that are dumb. I think the politicians should go fight them. Wait, don't knock that
I almost
over.
knocked the camera over. I'm trying to pop my back. I turned around and hit it.
But yeah, Oh, really? You think it was the best overall tank of the war? I was gonna say.
I mean, all the games I've played with anything with Shermans in them, they kind of.
They underpowered them.
Yeah, really underpowered them.
Well, it could be though. I don't know if there's a lot of bad info. A lot of people will say go to WikiLeaks. The problem with that is anybody can add anything. So
yeah, I'd say that's
really not a trusted source either. You know what I mean? Because it's not. It's usually not vetted. You can just add, but from what I read, the Nerds Nerd, and some of the documentaries from the guys, they were not happy campers about being in them. But personally, I wouldn't want to be in anything like that. I'd rather be on foot because at least to me, I have the ability to move and get out of the way quicker than any kind of equipment.
So, well, the movie Fury. I don't think, if that's the case, they didn't even portray that correctly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So that you have a very valid point, nerd is. Towards the end of the war, they had a lot of upgrades going on. You're right, and they did try to improve a lot of stuff. I think in the beginning. Yeah, it would have popped them. The Tigers and all them, they were heavy armored though, and that's why they were hard to take down, from what I understand. And even when I play the games, the stats are always
overpowered.
A little overpowered, yeah, on that German side. But a lot of it too is the crew. If you got a good crew and they knew what they were doing and they had the experience, that also helped them. Like I said, the Hellcats, I was doing a little research because Clash of Steel basically takes like World War II never stopped, a Nerds Nerd. So even prototype tanks that were being developed, you can use in the game because they were already either developed and had at least one production, unit, even though it never seen war. And some of the things they had coming out, had the war continued, would have changed. Would have really busted up the Germans bad. Yeah, like the T-30s.
Oh no, screw that! I wouldn't want to go against them.
These are some serious things they were putting out. Had the war continued on, they would have gotten even better. I think at first with the Shermans, my understanding was they wanted to get as many as they could produce as fast as they could and got them out there. Mm-hmm. And the beginning Shermans just didn't have very thick armor at all. and the Tigers most certainly had pretty heavy armor. However, they were slower too. So like the Hellcats,
they're zippy little things.
They were running 55, 60 miles an hour, and so they had like a 2-to-1 in the war towards the end, where they only lost one tank for every two. It's just pretty good. They were ahead of the curve because they were so fast, but they were designed like as an infantry support. Yeah. Do you like the Tank Museum, a Nerd's Nerd? Like I signed up for their emails every once in a while. They do um, like shows where they have all the tanks from the war that they roll out and stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Tigers had thicker armor, but a lot of it, like I said, John, a lot of it's shot placement and it's the cruise experience. And they just had to get something that they could use to their advantage. But maybe the nicknames they had were bad. I haven't done a ton of research. Sounds like you got a lot more research in on that, the Shermans, than I do. But it just didn't. I haven't really heard a good review about them. Yeah, it was actually looking at a lot of the footage. What's disturbing to me is just how many people literally got butchered for politics.
That's exactly what it was.
Really, really terrible to see all these soldiers going off and just never coming back or just maimed. War is a terrible thing, and I mean,
always has been and always will be.
I believe it's necessary if you're invaded, but sometimes I think a lot of these things just could have been avoided, and you find out in the end that everything you were told about it was, well, some of these were not true. You know what I mean? So, but with what they were coming out with, a Nerd's Nerd, and that Clash of Steel kind of helped with that, is some of these prototype tanks, man, were amazing. Well, and there you go. So part of it is the supply. So they broke often, like you're saying, and couldn't get replacement parts. But the ones that were well maintained and able to, they were a very formidable tank, and they had a lot of respect from all sides because they were very difficult to engage. So, and it generally took several Shermans to take down a Tiger. Usually, a one-on-one fight wasn't going to work. From my understanding, it was around 4 to 5 because they would try to circle it and get behind it where its weakest armor was, or in between the turret and the tank body. But I'm telling you, these prototypes they had would have well vested anything the Germans had it continued forward.
The Americans, at least, yeah. Well, I mean, you have the ISUs. What was it? ISU 3s. Were built to take out the Tigers and the Jade Panthers and stuff like that, the heavier tanks. It was considered a tank destroyer.
It's a long case. Yeah, politics is dangerous, man. Maybe some of these politicians should go out there and fight these wars instead of sitting at home eating their steak and drinking their wine. Maybe they should get out there and do that. Because that's kind of how I feel. I get tired of seeing people just being slaughtered for things that are not. It could have been solved other ways.
Yeah.
You think the 5 to 1 number is a made up number?
Well, maybe in like the early war when they first came out, it might have been 5 to 1, and then during the late, mid and late is when it became more of a 1-1 kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'm not. I'll take it. You seem to know.
I don't know nothing about the American tanks whatsoever.
I know some, and maybe some of it's bad information, or it could just been too a Nerd's Nerd. It might have been in the beginning of the war when we got involved or when America got involved. You got to remember the Germans were already at war, had been at war for a while, and without dissing our own troops, they were just far more better trained, and they were already veterans. So you had a lot of our guys who had good training, but they weren't veterans, didn't have any experience, getting thrown out in the battlefield. So it was not good at first from what I've been reading. Now I think as it went along and they learned just like anything else. So maybe in the beginning, maybe that's where it come from. And yeah, they did travel in fives, but there's also stories I've read where it's taken several of them to take on a tiger, and so they could do it one-on-one if they got the first shot, I would say. Yeah, that's true. And both sides had their own doctrine, on how to fight.
Yeah, but didn't we go and like take some of the armor off of some of these tanks?
Well, both sides will do that.
Them? Yeah.
Both sides will take apart the remains of the other people's equipment that they're fighting, so they can
learn from it.
Version
of it, yeah. Yeah, the British basically, Firefly is Sherman's, just like the T-54s. The Japanese kind of took their design and made it the Type 59.
Well, that's because that's what you do in a war. But see, that's why I like these conversations in Nerd, because I'll learn too. And I agree with you on bad information. There's a lot of bad information on a lot of stuff. And as you get older, you find out literally that some things were stories, some you were just lied to.
There you go, babe. The African front.
Yeah, the African front, that was a stomping ground for sure.
See, I think that's where it is. It's the early.
It might have come from the early on, but like you were saying, they did upgrade the Sherman as they went because they realized
these are good
tanks. What they needed to do to improve it. But again, yeah, you are correct, Telemachus. So, and like I said, a lot of it in the beginning was all of our guys going to war didn't have no experience. They were just fresh.
They were 17, 18-year-old kids.
They're going against veterans who've already been fighting for several years and knew what was going on. So I think in the beginning, we took a lot of losses, but they also were going up against the enemy with, at the time, better equipment and better training. So, and they were just brutal, and our guys just got brutal as the war went on. But in the beginning, they really weren't, I don't think. Not so much from what I saw. By the end, they were. Boy, there was some bad stuff we were doing, too. So your destroyers were brought in with heavy armor to stop forward progress, yeah.
Mid-war, yeah.
It was interesting. I really wouldn't have wanted to be in that war. Wouldn't want to be in any of them. But that was a doozy. And then you got World War I. I've looked into more and more as just, I don't know who in their right mind thought it was a good idea to have people jumping up out of a ditch or a trench, running across an open field, and then go, oh, geez, I just lost 300 guys. So they're complete terrible fighting techniques. You should check out Clash of Steel because it's going to have a lot of American prototypes that just didn't make it to the battle. But you'll see if you look at some of their cards and look at some of the tanks, actually look them up, because the game we're playing and the video we're doing, we discussed some of that too. So we got some background on the tanks, and they're pretty nasty. They're really nasty. It's too bad they didn't have that. Weren't able to come up with that in the beginning because it would have been overwhelming.
I think some of the politics didn't want the war to end too quick.
Well,
that's why we came in, mid kind of thing.
Well, war is a moneymaker. It cuts populations down and it generates money, and they know that. And there's a lot to it because we didn't go in to save the world. We already knew the atrocities were being committed for years. We didn't do anything.
Yeah.
until Pearl Harbor. And then it wasn't the Germans that attacked us anyways. So they did when they had the opportunity to get into it, then they did. But look at it, got them out of that depression. It made all that money. Crazy stuff, man. But again, I think the tanks that we're playing with, they're kind of fun because they are a lot of them prototypes. And also tanks from the war. But man, I'm telling you, look up the T-30 and look at the stats that thing had. It'll floor you. You're like, whoa. I mean, pretty badass tank, and could go like 160 miles without even filling up again, which is a lot for a tank to travel. And interesting stuff. But we've always liked armor battles. Yeah, but you got to remember they attacked the American shipping because the Americans were supplying their enemies. So it works both ways. Were we attacked? Yes. But did we instigate it? Sure, because we were supplying the other person's enemies. So it's like, what do you expect to happen? So they had the excuses to get into war, but they just didn't until basically Pearl Harbor. And I think that's, well, from what you read anyways, is the American public just they didn't really want to get involved in that, But when Pearl Harbor was attacked, that's when we jumped in full force. But that's the thing, is perception too on some of it. Oh, cool. You made a swappable STL for the T-29. You already got STLs for that? Oh, geez. Well, yeah, I mean, our country is not a saint, Telemachus. I mean, they like to do that, but literally, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I love my country, I'm not bashing it, but realistically, we have really fired things up and stuck our noses in places it shouldn't be. And a lot of things we should have stayed out of over the course of time.
You'll have to send those to us, nerd.
Barrel swap out to change between the versions. Very cool. How many? Will you have in that T-30 over there?
Yeah, I know what it is. Can I not hit the camera, or my knee on the chair?
Please don't knock the camera over. Thank you. So these come out looking really, really good. This thing's a beast though, stat wise. And they did a good job. I mean, you got 2 50 caliber machine guns on this thing, and had this gone into production,
that would have hurt.
Boy, it would have hurt. It's got a big gun. It's like 155 millimeter. Yep, Telemachus, you hit it on the head. I was just basically agreeing with you. I wasn't trying to come across as defensive on you or anything. Just we really we will say we're neutral when we stick our nose in places that don't need to be. But then when it gets smacked, then all of a sudden it's on us. Yeah. Yep, 155 millimeter gun for the T-30. That's what I'm saying. This thing, these T-30s, you get to play with them in the game, in the rules and stuff. And it's got its own stat card and whatnot. These things would have been absolutely phenomenal to be putting these out, from just what I could read on them. And interesting, but the war stopped. So that's what I like about this game. Again, the war didn't stop. It just basically Hitler's killed and there's a power change in Germany, and then the war continues on, and then sides kind of go against each other because as a theory of what would happen if it would have continued. So it gives you a chance to play with those, a nerd's nerd. So the starter set comes with T-28 or 29, T-30, and the Hellcat 18. So with the Americans and the Germans, you have the what? Did you got? You got your IS.
The Russians, the IS The ISU-3, I'm so tired right now. The T-74s, which has 2 different other barrels. I don't remember which other barrels there are. And I don't remember what the other one was.
So Germany in the game, you got to remember, we got both these boxes. We built the tanks, and then we're going to start with the Soviet and American. So we haven't delved into everything else, but they have the Maz, which is...
They have regular tigers. They don't have the King tigers in there.
No, I think you can buy those, though.
You could buy them, but it came in the
starter set, I know.
Starter set is 2 Tiger 2s, 2 Tiger 3s,
And
the Maz.
Yeah. Pretty big tank. Because both sides had some interesting things, such as, especially air-wise, the Germans had all that, like jets and aircraft, and that's why at the end of the war we imported all their rocket scientists and we took them all in and blah blah blah, took them over because they were way advanced over us on that stuff. The IS-3 is a monster of a tank.
Okay, the IS-3, the ISU-130, and the T-64 for the Soviets.
Yeah, the pike nose. Didn't it say something about that? It was called...
Yeah, they're considered the pike nose. That's what their nickname was. Yeah. So the Germans has the Maz, 2 Tiger 2s, 2 Tiger 2s, 2 Tiger 1s, and 3 Panzers.
Yeah.
The British is 2 Tortoises, 3 Comets, and 4...
What you got? 4 Centurions, 2 Tortoises, 3 Comets. Yeah, the Germans have 1. It comes with 1 Maz, 2 Tiger 2s, 2 Tiger 1s, and 3 Panzer 470s.
Yeah, 17 tanks in that one and 21 in the American Soviet box. So 38 miniatures.
Did they raid? What's for dinner? I'm not sure yet, Mini Warmut. I'll probably get some coffee.
Oh, now he's back.
Yeah, he says we're unmuted. So that's pretty interesting to think about there, Telemachus, that Germans raided the U.S. Patent Office before the war for rocketry patents. The thing is, though, is that they exceeded it because at the end of the war, you can look up Operation Paperclip. That's who we brought all these Nazi scientists and stuff over, and a lot of them, and then part of them were incorporated into NASA for all that, and that's just a fact you can look up. So I think whatever they rated of, they must have improved on, because why would we give all them amnesty and bring them in and give them homes and pay them and then establish an entire program around what they were doing? Yeah. It's kind of interesting how things are designed. People go, oh, NASA. They don't even know where NASA came from or who made it up. Who is at the beginning of it all. You're going to watch Dune Part 2, huh? There you go. And get some chow. Right on, Mini Warmut. Yeah, Telemachus, they just took, if they did, they took it. Obviously, they advanced it. They had much more advanced, like, fighter jets and things. And as the years go on and things are released, you find out that we knew back then a lot more than what they obviously let out. And so it's kind of interesting, because some things were deliberate misinformation and some things you end up being factual. Whataburger or Carl's Jr.? I've never eaten at Whataburger, so I don't know how those are. If I was going to go to Carl's Jr., I would get the Superstar. And as long as it's fresh, that's a good burger. Why are you going to bring food up? We're sitting here.
You had a Whataburger.
I don't think we had a Whataburger. No, that's the other, what's their names?
That's the same company.
No, actually, I don't think so.
That Arby's had?
No. Not Arby's. Whataburger.
What?
You're thinking of the other place at Hy-Vee in the grocery store.
No, Arby's had that burger.
No, they didn't have that. Whataburger is a chain. So I don't know. Oh, Culver's has a good one. Culver's Butterburger. There you go. Culver's has a good. They have a secret menu. Go in there and tell them you want the roast beef dinner. It comes with roast beef on toast with gravy, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. And there you go, Telemachus. It's politics. Politics, you find out, always ends up throwing a wrench and stuff, you know. But yeah, this is an interesting conversation. Nerds Nerd knows a hell of a lot on them tanks. So you missed out on some interesting stuff there, Mini Warmutt. But I don't know. Culver's has good food too. Seriously, it is. Both my sons work there, and my son Dylan is still one of them still working there. So they have the pot roast sandwich. You go in there and say, "I want the pot roast dinner." My only mistake was I didn't ask for extra gravy. The gravy's really good, and I would have wanted extra, but it will be that really good soft roast beef on toasted like garlic bread or whatever, mashed potatoes with gravy, and then broccoli. The beef dinner is good. Yes, we are all talking history and you're talking food. But with history, the fun time is now because you can look back and see where the public was lied to about this or that. You get to uncover some stuff, and that to me makes it interesting because then you kind of can look. Tootsie Rolls. Tootsie Rolls are history. I agree with that. They made history. And tanks are fun. We do like playing tanks and armor battles. Mm-hmm. McDonald's, I don't eat at them, Charles. Nope. I've watched too many people buy stuff that the food does not rot. If the food doesn't rot,
there is a problem.
I don't want to ingest it. Yeah, so I haven't eaten at McDonald's in years since all that stuff started coming out.
Well, that doesn't help that, you can find a chicken head in it.
All these pieces of things they find in their foods all the time, yeah. McDonald's could leave California because of the minimum wage. That just means Californians' health will be better off. That's all that means. Yep. Plastic and sawdust. Then it was 2 years ago, they found, what remains in some of their meats and shut a bunch of them down to investigate. And that kind of got pushed under the table. So, yeah, I would just stay away from that particular one. Yeah, the Supersize Me guy did die last week. That's right. At least at Culver's, you're getting roast beef. Yep. It is interesting these days, huh, Mini Warmutt? But then look at all these like soccer players and younger football players run on the field and they just fall over dead. And there's a lot of it now, like newscasters falling dead on the air, just people just dropping off. It's really picked up in the last year or so.
Mm-hmm. I gotta grab a drink.
Are you? Ooh, coffee?
You want coffee?
I don't have any iced coffee, do I?
I don't, do you?
No, I don't think so. I think I finished it. So there you go. Mini Warmutt, go ask for the roast beef dinner. I think you'll like it. I mean, you've had enough burgers. Try that. And a nerd's nerd. Do you want a game sometime? It would be cool. Same with you, Telemachus, and anyone else. Because, see, I learned things, too, like this. So some of the stuff I've been reading, I learned real quick. WikiLeaks, I don't trust that. Good grief, Mythos, really? Wow. Fresh baked Italian bread. Wow. Very good. Very good. That's the one thing I kind of like out here. You got like farmers markets and such. So you can go get things like peanut butter. Like, I mean, think about it, you guys. Go to the store and pick up a thing of Jiffy or something. There's 50 ingredients. And then you get real peanut butter and it has one ingredient, peanuts. Then that's it. So real peanut butter, like honey roasted peanuts made into peanut butter in a tub, be about $7. So it's going to be like $3.50, $3 more than your jar full of chemicals. But then it's real peanut butter, and the taste is way better. Oh, yeah, they're upgrading it. Well, you've seen the problem we had the last 2 weeks, Telemachus, with trying to. I mean, yeah, your bill's paid and all that, but then when they do this, the service, then you got to wait for them to come out around whatever they're doing, and then they fix one thing, but they don't go fix another unless it needs it. So that's why we were wanting to know, are we lagging it all this time? Because we should not be lagging whatsoever. Well, once they get fiber lines in, that's pretty fast internet, man, on fiber optics. Out here, we just have plain old cable internet, but I don't pay for, I don't have time to watch TV or any of that anymore. So I just pay for straight up high speed internet. So far it's been so good over the years. But then recently, when they're doing lots of work out on the street, they had to put in a roundabout. I hate those things, man. And when they did that, they tore everything up on the corner of where this community is, and it's just been off and on issues since then. So you have phone from sewage. So like your energy drinks, yeah, you're right, Mythos. No butter, what a ripoff. So energy drinks, I mean, poor Ashley, she was having chest pains a couple of years back. Took her to the hospital up here. Then doctor said, "You're drinking too many energy drinks." Yeah, and I'll tell you that they have people die from them every year. Come in their ER and die. In Monster, it's got 3 of V's on there, which are like, they look like claw marks. I mean, come on, the can itself has an upside down cross on it. It says "Unleash the Beast," and the V's are 666. I mean, why even pick it up to begin with? And then you want to drink it, and then you're like, well, I'm in a hospital with chest pains. Okay. The energy drinks are not good for you at all, period. Yep. Yeah, so many warm up. Some of that stuff, when you research it, you find out that it's true, and then you're like, crap. And Telemachus, I remember when Jolt Soda came out. My son Josh loved that stuff, and I liked it. And I don't. You're almost never going to see me drink a soda. I might drink. You know what a Shirley Temple is, like Sprite or 7-Up with just cherry flavor, grenadine is it. But almost rarely, maybe once a year or twice. I don't drink soda. But Jolt I liked. And it was short-lived, though. And it was pure rocket fuel. Yep. I will absolutely agree with you on that. And we used to have a Chinese buffet. And we knew that when the family first opened it, we were like there the first week. So they watched all the kids grow up. But that one lady came out the one day and started lecturing Josh. He's not allowed to go up and drink any more soda. Because he kept going up. And I didn't realize all was in it at first. You get some Culver's mini warm up, and then you send me back a message on Messenger whether or not you like the roast beef dinner. They have some awesome roast beef. And it's a change of pace other than another burger. All right, man. Take it easy. I'll see you later. Yeah, be careful, Mythos, with Monster. I mean, if you're drinking one a day, maybe not so bad, but I know people that drink too many of them, 4 or 5 a day. You can end up falling over dead. That's what the doctor told her in the ER, because the second time she went back, she got the same doctor, and he said, "I told you to stop drinking those." And so finally she did, because we're just talking about your energy drink, how you finally quit drinking it after going to the hospital. Because it's just a bunch of bad things for you to take in. Too much for your system. Although I guess you could play a tank game for probably 20 hours if you were drinking them. Is it my turn? Is it my turn? Is it my turn? Can I roll? Can I roll? Can I roll for you? So, yeah. What are you snacking on? You came in here snacking on something. I heard it. Now you're being quiet. Yeah, you just swallowed food. I watched you. What you eating? You got snack food, huh?
Sure.
Oh, no, not that. Oh, Telemachus, she's got that crack stuff again. I'm like, what are you eating? It's this stuff. Look, a nerd's nerd. She's not. I told her, don't eat all this sugar. That's, you get it from the Asian store in the packs. It's just crystallized sugar. One of these days, you're just going to go into a diabetic coma from all that sugar. Just pass out. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just too boring. I drink coffee, sometimes half caffeine coffee, and mostly organic coffee. Which, by the way, that's what I'm drinking now, is some of our own Gamers with Coffee, half calf coffee. Nice.
Want sugar?
No, I don't want sugar for the coffee. Good grief. Oh, yeah, well, I don't judge anybody, nerds, nerd. I just like to let people know, be careful with them. They're really not good for you. But if that's how you start your day, and it's just one, probably not really going to bother you. I'd be more worried if you were drinking 4 or 5 in a day. She knows how that goes.
4 or 5, that's it on the low end.
Yeah.
I was drinking like 8 to 10 a day.
You were drinking way too much. That's why they told you stop. You end up not in a good place. It all depends on and everybody's different too. A fellow person of culture, very true. We like you being on here, Nerds Nerd. We'll have to game sometime if you want. It'd be fun. And Mythos, we're going to drag you into a game of tanks, too. You drug us into the whole Warhammer thing, so really, we need to return the favor and drag you back into the armor stuff. It's fun.
We got to get him and Lily into a Zombicide match.
Yeah, we should do that again. Your wife did really good, man, on Zombicide. She was a strategist. And Mythos was just going through there, eliminating all of them, man. He was just taking everything down. And Keegan, I kept looking around in rooms for food. I think his guy was just hungry. She did. She kicked some serious butt on the game. Yep. Well, see, that's what I like about this hobby, man. You can sit and talk, you learn things, and you see different perspectives, and you learn about games. And to me, that's a good thing, especially because I don't want to go back to work tomorrow. And I know Mythos is all over the place working. He probably wants a day off, too. I guess Brian's going to have a good dinner, though. He's going to like that.
Brian can bite me.
Oh, you can't talk smack without it.
I can talk smack whenever I want.
So let us know when we put the tank thing out if you like the way we did it, because we tried a few different things. Other than there's a giveaway involved, like we said last week with it. But pretty much trying to just, is it too much to add some of this or not? You know, because there's people that just want you to game, and then there's other people that want the background. We're kind of going to try and split it a little where it's not too long and windy, but you at least have an idea of what the tanks are and what they're doing. Well, I'm sorry you're on the road, Mythos. You know, you got my phone number, and you can always call.
You can always call us up on Facebook.
Yeah, it won't cost you anything if you call on Facebook. You may as well. The tenants have tracked me down on Facebook.
Yeah, which I ain't too happy
I'll
with
be
that.
out on the road, and here's this call. What? Hey, Greg. Da 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 da. This is happening at the park, and I'm like, well, I'm not there. You found me on Facebook, huh? You know,
I'm about ready to lock your Facebook down.
No, because I have the group. That's the only reason I have Facebook is I have the group and the page. If I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't have it. Don't really have a need for it. But it's fun to have the group there. So, but you can call, man, if you're bored on the road. I'm not Keegan. I won't talk dirty to you on the phone and stuff. So you don't got to be afraid.
That just made him afraid.
Huh? Of calling Keegan, he should be. Keegan will jump out of a cake for him or something.
I'm too tired for this.
I know. She got 4 hours sleep last night. So I'm
4. I got about 3.
Did you go to bed at midnight? You got up at
I was back up about 1:30 and lay there until about 2:30. Then got up at 4:30.
See, you could have reorganized that a little better. You could have just slept till 4, got up, and made some breakfast for me, and then left. No.
And then he would have called and bitched saying your eggs were cold.
No, I would have got up and ate it and then went back to bed for you.
Yeah, that I can
to help you out. Yeah, there you go. If you want the dirty talk, you call Keegan. I don't think he'll charge you either.
Please tell me you gagged on that comment. Because
you should be me, man. He stand out there, and I'm driving to the complex, and he flashed me, Mythos. He stands up on his deck. Hey, Greg, and flashed me. I'm like, oh man, I'm in a company truck. So yeah, he likes to mess with me a little bit. So there you go. Well, you guys, I guess we could let you go since everybody's talking about getting dinner. What are you doing for dinner, Mythos? Are you got anything planned for your dinner? Are you done yet since you're traveling, or do you got a ways to go? Or I don't know. I know it sucks when you're away from home a long time. Hopefully they will. Good grief!
Wow!
All of a sudden my phone's blown up. So hopefully
news break, or Keegan sending you dirty pictures.
No, I hope it's not.
It's probably news break.
I hope so.
Ledford got Arby's.
Oh yeah, those are good, Ledford.
The Euros?
Yeah, they're not too bad. I like them. Ooh, there you go. Hit the Chinese buffet.
Wow, what is going on with news?
I don't know. There's all sorts of news articles are all of a sudden popping up. I should have silenced the phone, but I forgot.
Chinese buffets are good. We don't have any out here anymore.
We used to, and it was a family-owned one. The one I was telling them earlier about how they came out and told Josh stop drinking all that Jolt soda.
Oh yeah,
because he was gobbling it up.
If they closed, they couldn't take the COVID stuff.
Yeah,
so
COVID
once
shut
COVID
down.
hit, it got shut down. We had 2 of them way back when the kids were little. American Buffet, I think, is what it was called, right there off Blair's Ferry. We're at Elitis's.
Well, they had, but that family owned that restaurant for like 20 years.
Oh,
Until
more than that, we watched her kids grow, her little girl and little boy.
But COVID smacked them hard, just like the other little businesses. So they couldn't survive that one, and it's too bad because not only did they had good food, and it was
actually, yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
and they would make you fresh if you asked them to.
Charles ate before the show. To probably Texas Roadhouse again, huh? Or the Outback. We don't have an Outback anymore. We got Texas Roadhouse. So got IHOP and all the other stuff, but
we don't have a Denny's. Yeah, Perkins and IHOP basically the only breakfast joints out here, other than like the small mom and pop shops.
Yeah, but you got things like Chick-fil-A, Arby's,
McDonald's,
Carl's, yeah, Burger King. You got all your standard places. Yeah, some of the smaller favorite places just
the hole in the walls.
Yeah, and some of the hole in the walls had the best food. Those little tiny mom and pops ones that you might drive by. A lot of times those have the best food or the best portions,
Oh yeah,
for your money. Some of them are a little small. I think I told the story once before, but I was out one morning pheasant hunting, and so we stopped in this little town out in the middle of nowhere in a restaurant, and I walked in and coffee, and I just ordered a plate with some eggs and hash browns. He said, "Okay, just a minute," and he went to the back, and then I watched him out because they're sitting by the window, watching out the window, go across the street to the gas station and come back with a carton of eggs. And man, it's probably one of the best breakfasts I ever had, and it was in the middle of nowhere. Oh, they shut Dust 47 down. I didn't know that. A nerd's nerd, and that's a game I haven't played, but I know about Dust. Brian from Weird World War II likes Dust, and my friend Clint has some Dust models. He used to play that. That's too bad because of all the shipping costs. Yeah, that's sad. It did a number on lots and lots of businesses and increased the rates on everything.
Yep.
Thankfully, I was an essential employee, so I got to work anyways.
Yeah, but you only had to work up in the actual place for what, about a month, and then they sent everyone home.
I had to work.
Well, you still worked, but you worked.
I worked from home. Then, but you still got to work, so I didn't get all that extra money.
Nope.
But sadly, shipping costs have gone up. Like I said, sending things to
taxes
Canada,
in general went gone up.
Yeah. Well, everything's going up.
Yeah, don't ship anything during COVID. That took what, David, 2 months to get that helicopter?
No, it's their customs over there. Every little thing has gone through, right? So it took them forever to get it. Yeah. And it's more expensive. For the same amount of gas I could have drove. It's only a 12-hour drive from here to
just the border
of Canada. So it's not like, if you could do a 12-hour work shift, you could do a 12-hour drive. Mm-hmm. Well, but I got you, nerds nerd. It did shut down.
It shut down.
It hurt a lot of the little places. So yeah, but live and learn. It was fun, I guess.
We should let everyone go so that way they can get dinner and
hit the Chinese buffet. Meet
have
us
the rest of the night.
And thanks for coming on, Nerds Nerd and Ledford and
Linkster, Johnny,
and all you guys. Yep,
Charles.
We appreciate it.
Even Brian, because his ass ain't here no more.
He had to go eat. So we're gonna let you go and give us your input when we get that video out, and let us know what you think. We just want to try to do things a little different, a little better. Have a good night, Telemachus. Take it easy.